Hello everybody, Ark Nova here, getting back some more Let's Play Trails in the Sky the Third. When last we left off, we started Chapter 4, and then we did the arena door with Zin. Then we did a Zin side story. Now we're going to try and open up this door that requires us to have 100 battles under our belt. Which I think we do. We do. So let's see what this mini side story is about. I shall grant you a memory fragment in my blessing. Encloses a report on the damage dealt to the former Principality of Northumbria by the Salt Pale. Also contained within is research on the Pale itself. Holy City of Arteria, Congregation for the Sacraments. Rees Argent. Wait, Rees did that report? I hereby present their support to you, your holiness, ever at the side of the goddess. This report contains classified information and may only be read by those with the clearance to do so. Certain sections of the utmost secrecy have also been blacked out. Progression of events after the Pale's appearance. July 1st, 1178, 5:45 a.m. An urgent report came in from the Halias Cathedral in the then Principality, now estate of Northumbria, in northern Siberia. It stated that a giant white pillar, so tall it appears to kiss the clouds, had appeared on the outskirts of the city. Bishop Alexei, the one who sent the report, behaved as if extremely unsettled by what was happening. By urgent order of the committee, 2 knights of the Grolsritter, the 8th Dominion, aka the Roaring Lion, and a squire, both of whom were working on another mission in the nearby nation, were dispatched to perform a formal investigation. They hurried to the scene via the 8th Merkaba unit. Please note that the Merkabas had only recently been put into use at this point. They arrived promptly, and at 6:22 a.m., this is what they saw. Enclosed is a photograph of the object known as the Salt Pale. At this point, however, it was far larger than the term pale would suggest. It was more akin to a massive tower that soared hundreds of arches into the air. The 2 knights provided the following observation regarding the situation on their arrival. We were met with a mighty hailstorm blowing in our direction from Halias, or so it appeared at first, until we eventually realized the storm contained not ice, but salt. The object's surface is completely covered with salt, making it impossible to tell what it may actually look like underneath. The surrounding area has become powdered salt, and it falls to the ground like snow falling on a tundra. The spread of that solidifying process was startlingly rapid, and affected the area spread in the blink of an eye. By the time the girls had arrived, the entire landscape of the capital had turned to salt, and the lives of many who lived there, like the aforementioned Bishop Alexei, had already been lost. Yet the spread did not stop there. A day after the Salt Pale first appeared, a vast coniferous forest zone north of the capital crystallized and collapsed. Bridges also collapsed, rendering all of the main highways out of the city unusable. Please note that by this point, then ruler Prince Balmund had already fled the country to a nearby nation. 2 days passed since the Pale's appearance. By this point, roughly half of the entire principality had become a sea of salt. Countless refugees had fled the river to the southern side of the country because the river Greve stood between it and the affected area. Finally, 3 days after the Pale's appearance, the solidification process stopped at dawn. As a result, the knights were able to advance on the capital of Halias with the hope of investigating the Salt Pale. That afternoon, they finally reached it, but what they found looked completely different from how the Pale had been before when they first entered Northumbria. In the center of the solidified area, they found an object that was a mere 2.5 arch in height. Its surface was no longer plankton and salt, rather it looked as if something had been carved out of it. It is now believed that the Pale's mass decreased as the solidification process progressed. In its smaller state, the Pale had lost its power to turn swaths of the country to salt, but its ability to solidify was still very much intact. Anything that touched it, even for a millisecond, was instantly turned into salt. It was of the utmost importance to handle it with care. In order to complete the mission without physical contact, the Grolsritter required the use of the sacred tool Gleipnir, which was delivered to them from the High Seat in Arteria. Since then, it has been kept closely sealed away deep within the High Seat in Arteria. Still, while the recovery mission was ultimately deemed a success, the damage already caused was equally vast and significant. No damage to the surrounding nations was reported, but it resulted in the destruction of 3 of the 5 administrative districts of the principality, including its capital. Over a third of the total population, along with travelers from elsewhere, lost their lives. This is to say nothing of the emotional damage caused. Due to its sudden outbreak, the hearts of Northumbria's people were overwhelmed with fear and uncertainty. From a humanitarian and religious perspective, a swift response from the Septian Church was all but necessary. The decision was made to dispatch personnel to the region right away. And upon arrival, they set about rebuilding the damaged churches and healing both the physical and mental wounds of the people. Those who were left orphaned in the crisis were taken into the gospel facilities, where they would be cared for until adulthood. The northern region of the country, which had been turned entirely to salt, was placed under the church's control. It has been a restricted area ever since. Supplementary notes. Wait, is it Prince Balmund or Prince Balmund? Because this one has a T. After some time, the country's former leader, Prince Balmund, attempted to rebuild the government. But given that he had fled the country during its hour of need, caring only for himself and not his people, all authority he once had was gone. The following year, the country's people led an armed uprising, and the Principality of Northumbria was no more. Eventually, elections were held, and the country became a democracy, thus bringing about the birth of an autonomous state we know of now. This was also where the former Principality's armed forces reformed as a vigilante corps. Given the extreme poverty of the state, however, the majority of said corps considered gathering foreign currency to be of the utmost importance. This is how the large-scale Jaeger Corps, known as the Northern Jaegers, was first established. As far as the rest of the Zemiri is concerned, this is where the tale of the Salt Pail ends, but a number of very important questions still remain unanswered. Perhaps the most obvious of these is where it came from. Despite the considerable size of the object and that it appeared on the outskirts of a populated city, no information is available regarding the moment it first appeared. The most popular theory is that its appearance was due to something akin to spatial translocation, but no hard evidence exists to support this or any other theory. Of more importance, however, is its positioning in the teachings of the Septian Church. The Pale is clearly different in nature to artifacts and appears to be a more fundamental manifestation of the goddess's powers of creation. Committee report. With the limits of our knowledge at present, this is as far as we can get to the truth. There are some of who have proposed it may be one of the Septarions, but no evidence has been found in the legend or scripture to support this belief. Nevertheless, these questions and many others need answering, and the Congregation of the Sacraments continues to study the Salt Pail to this day. The most accepted proposal comes from those who believe the Pail should be seen as nothing more than a gift from Aidios, and they continue to consider various means for her church to make good use of it. So that's what Kevin shot Weissman with. The most realistic of these plans was using it in the manufacture of a sacred tool used for execution. Parts of the pail are cut away using high-pressure water and then surrounded with a cylinder made from salt crystal, allowing them to be fired directly into the target without requiring the user to make direct contact. Should the bolt make successful contact with the human target, their whole body would turn to salt, killing them in mere seconds. There are no means for reversing or stopping the process. This approach does not come without its flaws. It seems unwise to be careless with an object we still do not know and understand the true nature of. For one thing, there are also humanitarian concerns with executing someone in this manner. Still, it does bear mentioning that should there ever be a case where a target needs to be eliminated without fail, this would be the most surefire way to carry it out. It should go without saying that the research on it is intended to continue into the future. Appendix regarding the aforementioned sacred tool. Trial uses the sacred tool. Top secret work only. Permission granted to use the sacred tool in execution of using the execution of fired from bowgun. Results were extremely favorable. No damage was caused to the surrounding area. The target was also successfully erased. Appendix about the target. The target was orphaned by the Salt Pail when it first appeared. A brief history of this is as follows. Joins Septian Church, joins Congregation of the Sacraments as an official, promoted to bishop, declared a heretic and excommunicated from the church. Interesting. Side story, the Salt Pail finished. Received, petrify. Alright. Now that we've got that underway, let's actually make our way to the 4th plane. And here's the entrance to the next plane. I doubt the pattern will change up now, so yeah, we won't know what kind of place that's going to be until we step inside, though. Heh, or what utterly bizarre fiends will be waiting for us there. I'm tingling with excitement. Let's make sure we're good to go before we keep going. Entrance exam results. Huh? A lot of Chloe Rin's informing her that she passed the Janitorial Academy entrance exam. Interesting. I don't know why such a thing is here. Where are we now? Nowhere I've ever been before, judging from where I'm standing. Oh my! Oh, really? Now that's what I call a fine view. Wow, well this is a lot prettier than the last plane at least. This must be another real place that's been recreated here in Phantasma, much like the capital was. Most likely, yeah. Just where is it though? Somewhere in Liberl? I doubt it. It's not familiar to me at all. My best guess would be somewhere along the Crone Mountains, but the air suggests otherwise. Oh? Huh, what's the Bracer Guild's emblem doing here? Looks like this really isn't a place that exists in Liberl. As far as I'm aware, there aren't any guild facilities like this anywhere in the country. I'm not familiar with any either. Nor am I aware of there being any buildings like this in Calvard. Would you look at that? The answer was right under our noses the whole time. It was? This is Le Local Training Center. I know that name. Was it the training camp Estelle went to a while back? You know, last year with Annalise? That's the one. It's a guild-owned facility located in Lamont State. I've never been there myself, though. I've only heard about it from Estelle. So this is Le Local, huh? I've never trained here personally, but it's really famous among bracers. That leaves us with yet another problem to solve. To my knowledge, Lamont State is quite a distance away from Liberl. Yeah, it is. It's farther away than both Erebonia and Calvard. But you know, I may not have a clue how a place in Lamont ended up being created here or why. But if our enemies did it, they must have a reason for doing so, right? I knew you'd catch on. That sounded like, we've got company, guys. Aw, here comes trouble. I suppose Beastman would be the best term for these things. This is probably what your next destination is, the Path of Beasts is referring to. Another mystery solved. Watch out, there's a lot of them. This could get ugly. Ah, it's not gonna get that ugly. Grab that screen. Fleeing to fight another day, huh? They're smart little devils. Devils do seem a lot more intelligent than your average monster. God dang. Enough to make me wonder whether these are another kind of impossible fiend like the rest. I'm with you. I can't pretend to be an expert on the monsters of Lamont, but I'm pretty sure they aren't this smart. Looks like this plane stands to be a real ball. Here she comes. You have done well to come this far. On this plane, there are 3 ordeals to overcome. If you overcome them all, the next path will open. Take this. The ghost handed him a map of Laylocal. Be forewarned. The Lord of Phantasma's goal is your... Well, she sure shouldn't stick around long. She's probably got so little power left now, it's difficult for her to show herself to us. So it seems. It must be a frustrating thing for her to deal with. Still, she left us with a useful gift. Yeah. Kevin opened the map of Laylocal. Okay, it looks like the lodge at the top right is where we are now. Then there's this Ballstar Channel place to the left of it. Maybe that's the ordeal she mentioned, or one of them at least. She mentioned there being 3 of them, but there's only one place that can fit that description marked on the map. I wonder where the other 2 could be. From what I can see, these 2 roads lead to them. The ones that seem to just stop all of a sudden. This plains most likely has its own rules we need to follow. If we follow these roads now, there's a big chance we find nothing at the end of them. Unfortunately. Well, those are all the cards we've been dealt. Let's try heading over to the Ballstar Channel and see what comes of it. We're actually going to do a thing. Firstest and foremostest. What, is there a warping stone in this area? Yes, right here. Okay, so I think I have another idea. Let's go to the base area and get Chloe. Because it says bring the maiden of pure white radiance and proof of her scholarship. And we did just get her entrance exam results.
Right.
Oh, that's a long story, so that'll be its own video next time. Alright. Yeah, that'll be its own video next time. Alright. So let's get back to it.
Right.
Okay. We got a shop. Invisible bow. Hatchets. Because why not? 4 of these bad boys. Nice. That'll be nice to have. To give to Kevin. Oh. Haha, a lot of good stuff here. Ballstar Channel. Yep, let's go. That's super annoying sewer system. It sure is dark here. Still, I guess you can't expect much in the way of light from a staircase leading to an underground waterway. From what I've heard, this used to be an old ruin until Bracer Guild repurposed it as a training area. You might not be able to expect much light, but I would prefer to be a little cooler than this. My ever so fashionable attire is getting covered in sweat. It is pretty damn hot. That weird rumbling sound I can hear has been bugging me for a while, too. Actually, I think we're almost at the end, so maybe it'll cool down in a second. Oh, holy shit! What in the world? Well, it's no wonder we're feeling hot. Call me an optimist, but I doubt this is how the place normally is. That's right, this one was off as our enemy's work. I think that's a safe assumption to make. Which means we're really going to need to proceed cautiously. Yeah. Alright, let's forget this battles and mess up some fiends. Or beasts. As it were.
Nighty night.
Don't worry about that in a moment. The hell did it just do? Did it just split?
Enjoy the show.
I wonder. What? Okay. I didn't really like this place at the start of the second game, and I don't like it here. It's got better music, it looks cooler, but I don't like it.
Let's end this. I call the... They messed with the wrong guy.
Heat resistant boots. Cutting damage received by walking on lava by 75%. So it's gonna let me walk on the lava then?
They messed with the wrong guy.
Alright, UF5, but there's another bridge I want to put up. There's two of them things. I wish I would let me turn it all the way right from position, like from all the way left. I wish it would let me do just the right one step motion instead of having to go to the center and then to the right.
We're not
Hey,
done
good.
yet.
More heat resistant boots. Well, that actually did significant damage. Oh man, double.
Enjoy the show.
Double nice. Alright, now we push this left.
Take that.
Alright, I know it's not terribly necessary, but I'm anxious to get something back.
They messed with the wrong guy.
Hey, Sacred Breath 2. Kevin has more surrounding himself heals. Not bad, not bad. So how much does Sacred Breath heal now? 5,500 and cures ailments? Hell yeah, that's awesome. That's super strong.
99.
Oh boy. Take it
Let's
down,
end
Kevin.
this.
I don't know how you're faster than
All right, what's
Joshua,
next?
but somehow you are. So I still gotta walk on some of the lava. So move this lever to the left first. Okay. Back to the right.
Take that.
Alright, not so bad.
They messed with the wrong guy.
Another pair of heat resistant boots. What the hell? Who said you get to come back and instantly get a turn? Ugh, I sure didn't.
Take that!
I'll save you!
Yeah, I sure as hell didn't see you.
Alright,
man.
what's next?
Bring to me the girl who entrusts her feelings to her blade. Only then shall the door open. Julia? Maybe? I want to say it's Julia.
Savor the victory. We earned it.
That was dumb.
Arrows!
Push him back.
Savor the victory. We earned it.
Brother Roach, huh? Alright, just heal up.
They messed with the wrong guy.
I want to see what pushing it to the left does. I don't remember. Because I don't know if I actually hit the switch before yet. Ah, there's my other pair of resistant boots. Make my life a little easier. Dragon Tree jumpsuit. Or not. I mean, Sin's the one trying to be a tank, so give him more tanky stuff.
Let's end this.
Alright, then we got a kick to finish the job. Come on, Joshua, how you gonna miss? Man.
Savor the victory. We earned it.
Came over here. So right first. Oh, friggin'. God dang it. Oh, never mind. Maybe, god dang it. Oh, not at all, god dang it. Freaking huge boost in power. Freaking massive power boost. I feel like we're almost at the end of the Ball-Star channel. We're at the end of the Ball-Star channel, I'm sure. Annalise? It's another grimoire, not the real thing. It's like she's completely lifeless. Well, at least that means we don't need to hold back to avoid hurting her. Let's do this! Oh. Ow. Let's get some heals going.
My love, I give to you.
Not much heals, but some heals. Oh, I don't have any actual freaking resing stuff. Craft something.
I'll save you!
Much better.
I'll save you! That's that. Let's move
Bit of a
out.
rocky fight, but overall not too terribly bad. Ceiling stone. Whew, that wraps that up. Should Sure does. Probably no prize for guessing who's in this ceiling stone either. Let's head back to the base and let her out. He's the one with Death Scream, so... Oh, it gives 400 arts defense. That's good. That's actually good. That's actually a pretty strong accessory. Come on out, Annalise. I don't like the way you fight, so I don't know if I'm going to be really using you all that often. St. Croix Forest. Oh, I hated that place too. Huh? Is she sleeping? Cuteness is justice. Fortune favors the cute. Keep your friends close and your plushies closer. Smart words from smart people. I don't think anyone in history has ever said any of those things, especially that last bit. She seems happy though. Yeah, I'm not sure I can bring myself to wake her up. In that case, I have a plan of my own. I shall sleep alongside her. Together we shall reach the pearl gates of Elysium and cross into the paradise within. If you're up for a nap, that can be arranged. I have a few tricks that can knock you out in no time. I'm sorry, Mr. Army. You tried. Seems she's finally woken up. Huh? It's good to see you again, Annalise. Good morning. Have a nice dream? Sure sounded like you were. Cheetah, Joshua, and Chloe are going to be the pride of my collection. But Julia and that girl over there are pretty cute too. Huh? What are you talking about? Oh, but Zin's like a big fluffy bear, so he's actually kind of nice. And Kevin's hair kind of reminds me of a sea urchin, and that's not so bad either. I don't know who bought me all these new plushies, but they're the best. She thinks we're all life-size stuffed toys. Man, how drowsy do you have to be? Oh, there was me thinking I'd gotten a bunch of amazing new plushies to add to my collection. Way to crush a girl's dreams, guys. Well, sorry for being a human being. I can't believe that's your first reaction to everything you've just been told. Sorry, I'll hop into serious mode now. I'm still having a heck of a time processing the situation, but I do know you're not lying. Besides, the proof that this is all real is right in front of my eyes. Only the real cheetah can be that irresistibly cute. Well, just so long as you get it. So what are you going to do? Would you be up for helping us investigate? Put me in, coach. That wouldn't be much of a bracer if I wasn't willing to do anything in the face of a crisis like this. Especially if it's true something's happened to a local. There might be other brazers who have ended up in the same situation as me, and no way I'm turning my back on them. It's certainly a possibility. Other bracers? Really? That's a good point. We know quite a few of them, too. Well, we've overcome one ordeal, but that still means we have two left on our plates. And you know the drill. Now that we've done the first, let's go back to the fourth plane and see what's changed. Right. Let the fun begin anew.
Let's go!
Alright. It's probably Annalise for this door. But we're probably going to tackle that. We'll save that for next time. Till then, everybody, this has been Ark Nova playing Trails in the Sky the 3rd.